Nominations for the best wingman in the past 25 years of football. 3 final nominations, and they are from North Melbourne, Keith Greig, from Richmond, Francis Burke, and from Melbourne, Robbie Flower.
When Keith Greig joined lowly North Melbourne back in 1971, he enlisted with a club that had known nothing but perennial failure. In 5 years, the sandy-haired wingman from Brunswick did more than most to alter that image. In less than 100 games, Greig won the club's first Brownlow in 1973, followed up with another in its grand final year of 1974, received the MBE for services to football, and had the pleasure of playing in North's first premiership. Greig is a delight to watch, has great pace, and despite serious knee injuries, a superb leap. When Richmond recruited Francis Burke from the failure in 1967, the Tigers had high hopes for the fresh-faced young winger. Little did they realise he was to be a cornerstone of their golden era. With another youngster, Dick Clay, Burke was to set a new style in wing play that was to pay handsome dividends. A premiership in his first year, state honours in his second, and another premiership in 1969 proved Burke's baptism into VFL ranks a fast and furious one. When the Tigers had a surfeit of wingers, Burke was swung into defence and for nearly 10 years has been one of football's most dogged defenders. 34 next week, and with 294 games behind him, Francis Burke continues to thrill Richmond with his tenacity and courage. Just over 7 years ago, Robert Flower walked into the Melbourne rooms for his first senior game and wasn't even recognised by many of his new teammates. With his pale complexion and thin build, Flower looked anything but a league footballer. Put him on a league ground, however, and the transformation was and still is amazing. The Melbourne captain is probably the most graceful player in football. A speedster with every skill polished to perfection and courage to match. In 157 games for the Demons and 12 for Victoria, Flower has thrilled fans with his style of play in a team that has known only a sniff of success.
Our first wingman in 7's Hall of Fame, Ron.
Selected for one wing position, Keith Greig.
Congratulations, Keith.
Thank you.
Well, premierships, Brownlow medals, and a long way back, it all began at the VFA. Did you ever think that it would come to all this?
No, I didn't. When it all first happened, I thought that my invitation to go to North Melbourne was probably for me to try out, and that would be all. I didn't think I was ever going to play league football.
A lot of water under the bridge since then?
It certainly has been. A lot of disappointments, a lot of good times. Good times probably outweigh the disappointments.
Ron Barassi's with us tonight, and you and Ron are somewhat renowned for the confrontations that you did have on several occasions. How did those confrontations affect you as a footballer? Did they make you a better player?
Well, sometimes I didn't, and sometimes I did. My last year with Barassi, I sorted things out with him, and it was probably my best year of football that Ron Barassi understood how I felt about football.
And North Melbourne this year?
Well, we've got as much chance as any of the other 11 sides. The way Malcolm's coaching us at the moment, I think it suits us. And if we can do everything that Malcolm wants us to do, I'm quite sure we've got a good chance.
Finally, Keith, how long can those famous legs keep running?
Well, hopefully another 2, 3, maybe 4 years, hopefully.
Keith Greig, centre wingman on 7's Hall of Fame.